months. He will face hitters later this week and the day after his first bobblehead giveaway. Roki is with Kirsten for today's Dodger Voice, brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa.
Well, Roki, we know that you've now faced hitters twice. You threw a bullpen today. How are you finding just progression from dealing with this shoulder impingement?
ライブ PP2 回、ブルペン2回で対戦してもいろいろ投げてますけども、今、肩の状態はどういう感じですか？
はい、健康面はもうだいぶ良くて、不安もないですし、痛みもない中で投げれてて、あとは今技術的なところに、重点を置いてやってます。
Yeah, I feel no pain, just no doubt about it, so I feel pretty good. Right now, just working on the mechanical part of the game.
When did things turn for you? Because I know there was kind of a start-stop, and now obviously you're back on track. But when did things just start feeling better, the pain subsiding, and you feeling like you now had an opportunity to build up and be available this season?
一度キャッチボールを止めてまた再開してっていうのがありましたけども、いつ、どうやってその肩の状態が良くなったんですかと。
2回目のキャッチボール再開するときぐらいにそうですね、トレーニングだったり治療しながらなんで痛みが起きているのかの理由をなんていうんですかね、見つけることができて、そこからはすごくスムーズにいって、いろいろ複雑なことなので説明は難しいんですけど、いい動きだったり自分がなんで痛いかを分かったので、そこからそれを投球フォームにどう落として込んでいくかみたいな作業をずっとやって、そこから良くなりました。
I think I just had a better understanding second time through on where the pain came from and how to make sure that the pain doesn't come back. So I think it's hard to explain the exact mechanical thing that I felt, but I just had a better understanding going second time through when I started playing catch.
Has this time on the IL given you a chance to also kind of work on getting your mechanics where you want them to be, and what have you changed or worked on as you've started ramping up here lately?
LL の時間が長引いた中、そういうフォームに集中できると思いましたけども、何か特別に取り組んだこととかフォーム的にありますか？
特にまず肩周りがやっぱりもちろん痛みもありましたし、うまく使いたいないのもあったので、自分がどう悪くなっていって自分が思って投げてるフォームと実際に、投げてるフォームがちょっとズレがあったので、そこがもちろん痛みだったりパフォーマンスにつながっている部分は感じたので、そこを修正今している段階なので、まだ完全によくフォーム的には完全に自分が投げたいように投げれてるわけじゃないですけど、確実にいい方向に向かってるかなと思います。
Yeah, I think the focus was on the shoulder, just the way it was moving versus the way it was actually moving was different. So it was something that I had to really make sure that what was happening, how it was actually moving did match with how it is moving. So in that sense, it's not 100% right now in terms of the mechanics, but I think it's in the right direction.
Do you feel like you're in a better spot to be able to get the velocity back to where you wanted it to be going into the season?
速度が戻る自信はありますか？
そうですね、今もちろん体に不安ない中で、どれだけあとは自分が投げたいフォームで投げれるかと、その再現性と、今そういったところを試行錯誤している段階なので、もちろん、良くなるとは思いますし、あとはこれをしっかりものにできるかどうか、実戦が入ってきた中でいいフォーム投げれるかどうかでパフォーマンスが変わってくるんじゃないかなと思います。
I feel better about being able to throw harder, especially because I'm completely pain-free. With that being said, I do have to, just face live hitters and see how my mechanics, hold, and just being consistent, being able to do that consistently.
If they needed a guy to throw multiple innings out of the bullpen, maybe make a start here and there, would you be open to a role like that?
先発以外にも、ブルペンで複数のイニング投げるとか、もしチームにそう言われたら、そういうのは朗希の中では大丈夫ですか？
そうですね、まずはどの立場でもまず貢献できるようなパフォーマンスを出すことが大事だと思うので、立場に関わらずまずは自分のいいパフォーマンスを出してメジャーレベルでしっかり抑えれるようなパフォーマンスを出すことが先なのかなと。起用法は僕が決めれることじゃないので。
Regardless of my role, I'm just out there just making sure that I want to be able to compete and make sure I get major league hitters out. So it's really not up to me to determine what my role is. My job is to make sure I get big league hitters out.
Besides the help component, like what is the biggest thing that you've learned about what you need to do to be able to get hitters out more consistently at the big league level?
健康以外にもそのメジャーの打者と対戦して何か発覚したこととか気づいたこととかありますか？
もちろん日本のバッターとアプローチが違うので、もちろん同じ攻め方じゃ、抑えれないですし、そういった意味では日本のバッターとはなんていうんですかね、弱点というか攻めるポイントも違うので、そこそこをしっかり攻めれるようにというか、必要なボールを投げれるようにちょっと準備する必要があるなと思いました。
American hitters have different approach at the plate compared to Japanese hitters, so I can't really attack the same way that I used to in Japan, and also at the same time they have different just strengths and weaknesses. So just being able to have more variety in the way I attack the hitters. Yeah.
Has the transition over here, even outside of the injury, been more difficult than you imagined? And how motivated are you to kind of get back before the end of the season and end things on a better note than they were going before you got hurt?
怪我する前に、怪我してからその怪我以外のことでいろいろクラブハウス内とかアメリカの生活で調整できているのかと、それと今シーズン投げる希望っていうのはありますか？
そうですね、今シーズン戻れるとは思ってますし、ただパフォーマンス的にまず戻るかとか、あとチーム投げるチャンスがあるかとか、そういった僕が健康であっても投げれない理由もあるかもしれないので、ただ自分の中では投げれるように準備するだけだと思ってますし、はい、そのためにこの1ヶ月実践多く入ってくると思うので、そこはしっかりまず頑張りたいなと思っています。
And my every intention is to get back on the major league mound and pitch again. With that being said, I think there's always, I do need to fight for the opportunity too. I don't think that I'll just be given the opportunity right away. So, this month is going to be important for me since I'll be facing hitters throughout.
How excited are you that the return is getting close?
復帰に向けて近づいてきますけども、どう捉えてますか？
そうですね、ここまでしっかり痛みなくまずはその不安は取れたので、あとはもちろん自分の中でもうメカニクスだったり、ホーム的なところだけが課題なので、そこを、しっかりやって、いい準備ができればなと思っています。
Yeah, I'm just really relieved that I'm pain-free. So I'm really taking this time to focus in on the delivery, and that's something that I'm really excited to do.
Time to call your shot. Brought to you by Southern California Toyota. James Loney, a career .318 hitter against the St. Louis Cardinals. So you will lead us off tonight.
I'm going to go with the Big Show. Hasn't homered in 8 games. Thank you, John, for that insight. But, he's due. Definitely looking for that big fly tonight.
I love that call, and I sure hope he gets it. But I'm going with a guy who won an award today. He won the Heart and Hustle Award. I was able to vote for that, and I voted for this guy. I'm so glad he won it because he is definitely epitomizes what the award's about. I'm going with Andy Paez. I think Andy Paez has a big day today.
I love that. I'm going to go with a guy who is absolutely worn out. Miles Michaelis in his career, the Cardinals starting pitcher, hitting well over 400 against him. 3 home runs, and he's been really hot since July 21st. I'm going with Freddie Freeman tonight to continue that hot streak and have a big game for the Dodgers as they bounce back and get a win over the Cardinals. Still more to come as we take you up to first pitch. Emmett Sheehan came out of the bullpen in Cincinnati, went 3 2/3 last time out. Gave up 3 unearned runs in that game. Tonight he's getting the start at home against the Redbirds. First pitch coming up in just a few minutes.
Award for Max Muncy. That was fun. So many positives tonight for the Dodgers. Which ones stand out the most to you?
I don't mind the starting pitching. I don't mind the bullpen, what they did, but the highlight and the title is the offense, and it's the three main guys. When you see Mookie Betts getting hits, you see Teoscar doing what he's doing, and then our post-game interview with Max Muncy. Those three guys, if they get going, that's 1/3 of your lineup, and you're adding it to Freddie Freeman, who's been hot, got 2 RBIs with the sac flies. You're adding it to Ohtani, who's going to be on the mound tomorrow. Will Smith wasn't even in there tonight, and we still did what they did. So it was pretty fun to watch.
That's an excellent point, not having Will Smith still pumping out 17 hits and scoring 12 runs.
Yep.
But really, just to take a step back further, because, you know, the Dodgers always looking big picture. Seeing Mookie Betts reach as many times as he did, first 3-hit game since June 7th for Betts, and to see the pearly whites again, that is a huge sign going forward. Hopefully he can carry it into tomorrow.
And he responded to some difficult things. He responded to some bad foul balls on the right field line in the first hit, then he gets the hit to left. He responded to a knockdown pitch in the second at bat where he gets the hit, and he gets the hit to left. And then he gets a break. Baseball brings him a break. He doesn't strike out. He hits the ball up the middle. It's deflected and it finds the outfield grass, and he gets his third hit. That looks like the Mookie Betts that we know. Hitting the ball hard, finding holes with that, and then having a little bit of luck.
Series on the line on Wednesday, a day game at Dodger Stadium. It's an Ohtani bump day and an Ohtani giveaway day, so everybody be safe getting here early tomorrow.
Well, Max, 4 hits tonight. Of course, there was back-to-back home runs in there as well. Just tell me, how good did it feel, not only to contribute, but to hear the roar of Dodger Stadium and be back out there?
Yeah, it's great to be back. It's nothing else like this place. And you know, last night was pretty special for me, hearing the crowd my first at bat. You know, it's just good to be back with the boys and, you know, doing anything I can to help the team win.
Yesterday you told us that the swing felt good. You made a few adjustments while you were with AAA OKC. But when it came to rhythm and timing, it was still a test you wanted to check. How would you say that test went with this game today?
Well, last night I thought was a really good test for me. Sonny's always giving me fits, and you know, he mixes the ball really well, and I felt like I was on a lot of his pitches. So that told me I was in a good spot, and so, you know, you just take that confidence, carry it over into the next day, and you know, I was right there today.
It's always been about lengthening the lineup. How do you describe just the 1-2 punch of you and Teoscar Hernandez, especially on a night like this?
Yeah, it was fun. You know, it's just fun when you get anyone in the lineup going, and you know, before long we're gonna get all the boys rolling at the same time, and you know, it's gonna be a good stretch.
Speaking of all the boys going, Mookie Betts, what is it like just seeing him when he has a game like tonight, 3 hits? You see that smile on his face. I know you've been there before when things are scuffling, just to get back on track.
Yeah, you know, Mook's gonna be great, and you know, sometimes you just got to remind Mook that he's Mookie, and you know, that's all I try to do. He's got enough guys telling him what to do. I just try to tell him that you're Mookie Betts, and you know, tonight he remembered that, and it was fun to see him out there, and it's definitely fun to see the smile back on his face.
And I know everyone's glad to see you back out there. So Max, of course, welcome back, and congratulations on this win tonight.
Thank you.
I mean, just to see how the offense took off today, can you just describe what it was like when you are pitching, and obviously with the lead, things like that?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it's always easier to pitch with a lead, and to know the guys are behind you, it's great.
Mm-hmm. With this one, did you find that it was kind of a grind getting through those 5 innings of work, and how are you navigating when there was traffic on and getting out of it?
Yeah, I don't know about like a grind. I felt pretty good. Stuff maybe wasn't the best, but able to limit the walks until that last inning, so I was happy about that.
How much are you kind of learning or just adjusting start to start right now, the longer you get into this comeback here?
Yeah, definitely learning. Just trying to, you know, make adjustments if something's a little off in the game, and I felt good about that tonight. I felt like in that last inning I got back on what I was supposed to be doing.
What allowed you sort of click back in to get out of that fifth inning?
It was kind of just a timing thing, I think. Like, it was a little off those middle innings. Velo was down. It wasn't really playing as well, and then towards the end I started to feel better about it.
I think all but one of these has been pretty good since you've come back. How good is it to contribute what you have to the staff?
It feels great. I mean, I didn't get to contribute at all last year, so it's pretty cool to be able to do that.
You have 2 great options as battery mates, but what has really stood out just working with Dalton rushing at this level?
Yeah, I thought Dalton was great tonight. He called a really good game. Yeah, I like throwing to both those guys a lot, so it's fun.
I know, it's one day, but a lot of really encouraging signs just as of late. How are you feeling kind of right now, especially when you have a game like this? We saw the emotions, but to get the results.
It's good to get results, but like you said, it's one game, and obviously Freddie, we all know who Freddie is and what he's done, and it's just good to talk with someone that's in the grinder with you, you know, that's in the day-to-day with you, and you know, he's just there, and he's supporting me, and I just run things by him, and yeah, he's he's always there for me, and he's always been there, and I love him for that.
You guys show up for each other in so many different ways. I know there have been times in the past where you showed up for Freddie, but can you just talk about the support from the team? I mean, even whether it's some long at-bats the other day, the results today, all the guys in the dugout cheering on for you, even the fans yesterday. Can you just describe what that's been like, feeling everyone's support during this time?
It's been a beautiful thing, and so I thank you to all the Dodger fans that have, just getting that, I wouldn't call it ovation, but whatever it is. It's super special. It's the first time I've ever gotten anything like that. So, obviously, I would prefer not to. But, if I'm in this situation and I know that Dodger Stadium's behind me, it's just a good thing to know that you're supported.
You had that hard hand clap at first base after that fifth inning single. How much of that was just seeing the results and feeling good and getting that frustration?
I mean, it's just that. Just hitting the ball solid, just hitting the ball solid and knowing I can do it.
Okay, when you went back and watched yourself from early in the minor leagues, like you said, like, is there anything that you picked up about just like how your swing worked or your mechanics that you applied that you think might help?
No, I think it was just kind of the process of how I kind of showed up every day and how I kind of put it together. I think it just kind of brought back those kind of memories, and I just try to apply it to now. And like I said, it worked today, but we'll see tomorrow.
Okay, I think we can probably start with all of the offensive success, but maybe just like next Muncy and what it means just having him back in the lineup, seeing how he's pretty much picked up where he left off before the injury.
It was great all-around offensive performance, team win. I thought we did a lot of things well tonight. Max picked up where he left off, just really took a lot of great swings tonight. The ability to get on a fastball, hit a couple homers, and then hit some breaking balls to still drive in a run, get some base hits, threw out 4 hits, and just that presence in the lineup, so additive and just makes everybody around him better. And getting guys on base, taking walks. We got some luck with some CNI ground balls, but we'll take them. And the base running was really good. Just the energy tonight, just very opportunistic at bats.
Confidence booster can this be for whether it's someone like Mookie Betts or just guys up and down the lineup when you are looking to get the collective offense going?
It was great. Mookie obviously had a huge night. Been working hard, and so I think he can feel the sort of support from the fans and his teammates, and really put forth a good effort tonight. And add Teo to that list too. Hit 2 homers and looked really comfortable tonight. And Andy took some good swings tonight, had a couple doubles. So I think not having Will Smith in the lineup tonight still put forth some runs was really good to see tonight from our offense.
Is there specifically something that you feel like you sort of get a rhythm going for an offense?
I just obviously there was just. I'm sure he was synced up mechanically, seeing the baseball well. I just thought that there was just a lot of conviction with the swing. There was, even the 97-mile-an-hour fastball in that he got the barrel to, lined it over there to left field, where, in the past he's kind of been underneath it. Took a lot of pitches tonight that were borderline spin that he was chasing. So it just seems like he was seeing it really well. And to get rewarded, to get some knocks, hopefully that we can build off that for tomorrow.
What is it about Max's presence that can kind of change what you guys do offensively so much when you haven't been there?
I just think that Max takes a professional at bat. He sees pitches. When it's in the hitting zone, he can hit it hard. I think this year in particular, as we talked about earlier, is that he understands now how to get a base hit and drive in a run. It's not it's not that 3 outcome thing anymore. And so I just think that hits left, hits right, and it just kind of adds that presence in the middle of the order.
What did you think of Freeland at second?
Alex was good. Made a nice play going to his right. He's got arm strength. Just looks comfortable out there. He'll be at third base tomorrow, but he's a confident young man, and He's a baseball player, likes to compete, likes to have fun. Certainly, he's not scared out there, and puts together good at bat. So it'll be good to see him against Libertador tomorrow. But yeah, back at third base.
You talked about you've had good games this year, and then it didn't translate to larger turnarounds. Like, what is it that you see from him that when it does kind of click, maybe on a night like tonight, that kind of signals to you that there's something more sustainable that is back?
I think that the hits are kind of Mookie-esque as far as hitting the ball hard to the pull side, up the middle, hitting it flat to the shortstop's left. That's kind of what he does, and the misses are the right misses. And so, when he's popping it up to the first baseman or, shallow to right field, those aren't his misses. And so when he's taking the swings that he's accustomed to taking, then I feel like it's sustainable.
Teoscar's numbers over the last 10 games or so have been pretty strong. What's been clicking with him over that stretch?
He's hitting the fastball. I think showing some patience. And, I really like the last couple nights in particular in the sense of to the pull side gap, hitting it hard for the doubles. I really like that. And, Teo's one of those guys, you just got to put him in the lineup and then the numbers are going to be there. And he just doesn't panic. And to be honest, I really appreciate the defensive play the last month. I think that his defense has gotten considerably better the last few weeks.
What's your message to the clubhouse after such a big offensive
I think tonight is one of those days I just let the players enjoy themselves. You can see during the game there was a lot of seeds thrown. Guys were having fun, and so no message tonight. I just want these guys to enjoy the win and get some rest and be ready tomorrow to win a series.
Yes, I'm very good. I really like the way Swanson came out today, especially against that lineup. He was revving it up there pretty good, especially here, just to be on the attack the way he was and get those punch outs. I mean, that was fun to watch. So there's some excitement behind that. G got his guys, Graceffo, and then after that, man, it was just a really tough outing for Fernandez. Granillo, same thing, a lot of ball in play and a lot of it found holes, so that's unfortunate for him. But yeah, you got to give them an opportunity and see how they come out of it.
You could see Fernandez, he got sped up, right?
Yeah, I think it did speed up on him today. Lost the first guy on 4 pitches, goes 3 on Freeman, and a borderline pitch to keep him in that count, and then gets the out. But it was, you can tell it was a little sped up for sure.
Miles was coming off a couple of good starts. Obviously, a rough one today. It looked like balls were over the plate. What did you see from that?
Yeah, they were, and they didn't miss it.
Is that what led to, he was, after just 3 innings, not even 3 times through the lineup, but just the overall ineffectiveness leading to that?
Just trying to give ourselves a shot there. I mean, a couple really good swings by Muncy and Teoscar. I mean, yes, he gave up his runs. We went to the pen. We were able to keep it close for a while there, and then we ran out of guys that were effective.
Gorman had a single, but he had a 430-foot home run. How good of a swing was that?
Really good swing. And then I like the other one where he's just stayed on it over short there. His ability to do both is important and not just get to the point where there's swing and miss or homer. So his ability to, both of those at-bats I really liked. Yeah.
Newt's had 4 hits since coming back. Does he kind of find in his rhythm?
Yeah, you got the 2 singles up the middle today past the second baseman. Sometimes those type of hits get you going. Hopefully that's the case. Yeah.